It took about 10 seconds from the moment the dye was injected to realizing something was very wrong. At first, it didn't look dramatic, just a small change, a number shifting slightly, the kind of thing you see all the time. The case had been completely routine up to that point. Induction smooth, airway secured, ventilation stable, everything exactly where it should be. She was young, fit, no significant medical history, no known allergies. The surgeons had just started when they asked for the dye. Methylene blue, nothing unusual. It was injected, and for a few seconds, everything stayed the same. Then the blood pressure dropped. At first, only slightly, the kind of dip you explain away, anesthetic depth, positioning, but then it dropped further, and this time, it didn't come back. You look again at the monitor, run through it in your head. At the same time, the heart rate begins to climb, faster than expected, out of proportion. That's when the unease sets in, because one abnormal number is explainable. Two, moving in opposite directions, is not. I checked everything quickly, anesthetic depth, ventilation, circuit. Everything looked fine, and yet the numbers were getting worse. The blood pressure now clearly low, the heart rate still climbing, and then the airway changed. You feel it when you ventilate, resistance, you squeeze the bag. And it's tight, harder than it should be. Now there are three problems: falling blood pressure, rising heart rate, increasing airway resistance, and suddenly it becomes clear. Anaphylaxis, a severe allergic reaction, triggered within seconds. There's no time to confirm it, no time to debate it, because if you're right, this deteriorates fast. So you act. Immediately. Call for help. Stop the trigger. Adrenaline, given quickly, decisively. You watch the monitor, waiting for the response, because this is the moment where everything should turn, but it doesn't. The blood pressure stays low, the airway still tight, the heart rate still racing. You give more adrenaline, again, still no response. Now the room changes, not chaotic, but sharper, more focused, because this isn't behaving the way it should. Fluids are opened fully, running fast. You give more adrenaline, another syringe, and another. Still not enough. The blood pressure flickers, but doesn't hold. The airway still resistant. You can feel it in your hands. Every breath, tight, heavy, the kind of ventilation that tells you, this is serious. More help arrives, more hands, more voices, but all working in the same direction. Adrenaline again. You've lost count now. 1 syringe, 2, 3. Still pushing, still waiting, still watching. 4, 5, 10 milliliter syringes. Drawn up, given, trying to force a response, trying to turn something. That isn't responding. That's the moment it feels different, because now you're not just treating it, you're fighting it. The blood pressure barely holding, the airway still tight, the heart rate still high, and you realize this is as severe as it gets, so you change approach. Start the infusion, continuous adrenaline, controlled, relentless, and then, finally, something shifts, not suddenly, not dramatically, but enough. The blood pressure begins to rise, slowly, then more steadily. The airway eases. Ventilation becomes possible again. The heart rate begins to settle. The room doesn't relax, not yet. But there's something to work with now. Something real. You continue, carefully, step by step, holding it, stabilizing it. Because this isn't over, not even close. She is prepared for transfer to intensive care on an adrenaline infusion. Monitored, supported, still fragile. And as things settle, you finally have a moment to think. Back to the beginning. The injection, the moment everything changed. 10 seconds. That's all it took, from routine to life-threatening. And what stays with you isn't just how severe it became, but how quickly it happened, because sometimes there is no warning, no gradual deterioration, no time to prepare, just a moment where everything changes, and everything you do after that is what decides what happens next.